landscape, widescape.
Somké.
Tanooki, praise the Lord. Skip work. Tanooki. My boy got that leaf power up, boys.
Round one, fight.
Set. Back on the jab. Back on the jab. Keep the hands up. Beautiful. There we go. Hands up. Hands up. Let's go. Hands up.
Round two, fight.
There you go. There you go. Hands up. Close it up. Close it up. Go. Keep it going. Go. Go. There it is.
Overhand. Overhand.
Hands up. Hands up. Pressure. Pressure. The pressure. There you go. Keep your hands up, though. There you go. Come on, Dan. Defense, Dan. Don't get too heavy on you. Keep the defense going. Go. Jab. Hands up. Hands up. Come on, Dan. Get on.
Oh, Underground, we back. We live. It's Wednesday, and I got a special guest in the building. New fighter to the yard, the one, the only, Tanooki in the building.
Y'all know the deal, man. Big Tanooki in the building. What's going on, brother?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. We just wrapped up the last event last week where you had your second fight. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're going to jump into that. But first, we're going to touch on that first fight, which we saw recently in the clip that just played against the Seeker. We had the Seeker on a few weeks ago, and now we have Big Tanooki in the building. So give us a little rundown real quick of that fight, man. How did that fight go to you?
First fight. Yeah, man. Just like I told everybody else, work friends, family. It's different, man. It's different. You know, in high school, I was a wrestler. You know, not used to face. After he hit me with that first jab, I mean, you could see in the beginning of the fight, you know, I'm used to sparring with people. So I'm dancing around a little bit, but he hit me with that first jab, and I'm like, you know, it was pretty much adrenaline dump and all instinct after that, if I'm being honest. All game plan was out the window. You know, I wasn't really hitting the heavy bag. And running is great for you. Running is amazing, but it's just not enough when it comes to fighting, man. It's not enough. I was running maybe a mile and a half on the treadmill every day, and it's different. It's a different. But yeah, it was all instinct. It was just to get the jitters out, you know. A lot of nerves going in. A lot of not knowing what to expect. I was just going in just to have fun, man. just to prove to myself that I could do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always been a love of mine. I've always had a passion for fighting since I was a little kid. You know, I remember watching live Anderson Silva break his shin. You know what I'm saying? Um, I I've been watching for a very long time, and I remember being a kid watching Street Beefs. So it's like, I just said, why not? And
Yeah.
pretty much that was the result, man. I went in there. Um, I feel like maybe I hit him with some harder shots. He was more composed than me for sure. Um, Cardio did play a role, but not as much as my mouthpiece being too big for me. Um, I wasn't aware that that was a thing. I was wearing a mouthpiece. First time I didn't realize it, but on my way to my second fight, I have the mouthpiece in my mouth just testing it out, and I was gagging like and a mixture of being tired, mixture of having a mouthpiece too big for me. I unfortunately had to throw up.
This is a good question from Tommy, and we'll get back to the fight. He says, since you're a wrestler, why boxing and not MMA?
Well, for those that don't know, my first fight, I actually signed up for both boxing and MMA.
Okay.
But after my first performance, I said, hell, if I'm not in shape enough for boxing, I'm for sure not in shape enough for MMA, where somebody's, potentially dragging on you, wasting your energy. So from then, and then plus, when I was little, I'm from Southern California. I live in Vegas now, though. I used to box. They used to take me to a boxing gym in Pasadena. So, just fighting has always been around. It's just always been, it don't matter what type of fighting it is, as long as it's fighting, I'm involved.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And that fight with Seeker, that was your first fight, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you mentioned watching Street Beefs before, but exactly walk us through what was your introduction to Street Beefs West Coast? Like how did you find out about West Coast, and then how did you actually get that first fight?
So, I've actually been trying to hawk down street beefs for like, that's so funny that you say that. I've been trying to message somebody. I've been trying to comment on things since like I was like fresh out of high school, which was 2021. So some years now.
Okay. West Coast or OG yard?
I was hitting up people from the OG yard. That was my issue. And then I think I forget who I hit up, but they said, yo, just join the Facebook.
Yeah.
And that was the quickest way. At first, they were telling me to upload footage and whatnot, but I was like, I don't really have no footage. So one day I'm just in the group posts and I see a sign up, and I was like, oh, here's my opportunity. It's
Yeah.
God's time. I found it at the right time, and I just got in there.
Okay. Okay. And you mentioned nerves. How
Yeah.
was it how was it those weeks leading up to the fight, and then how was it actually driving up to the fight, pulling up to the yard, walking around the cage, seeing the crowd, like kind of really walk us through that day, that moment.
Jeez, man, it's different. It's for sure different, man. It's addicting. It's especially great when you have a community full of, just people who are so loving and supportive. Um, I remember for weeks, like since I signed up, I just couldn't stop talking about it. Like I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I'm telling all types of coworkers, I'm like, yo, I don't know how this is gonna go. Like,
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I, you know, I just, stepping into the unknown is just always gonna be a scary thing. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Uh, but I'm just like, man, I didn't know what to think. I was, I'm wouldn't consider myself religious, but I do believe in it, in God. But I was just really trying to stay present,
Mhm.
really my breathing, staying present. I wasn't really too much thinking about who I was gonna fight. I wasn't really too much thinking about any of that. I was thinking, just don't get knocked out. That was my main goal. Just please don't get knocked out, you know? I was just really trying to stay present. So the nerves were more like um, nerves of trying not to be embarrassed
Yeah. Yeah.
rather than nerves of actually the action of fighting.
Okay.
Um, it was more of like
You know, that YouTube watch and that comment section, they
yeah,
ready.
yeah. But just leading up to it, man, I kind of watched some clips of your interview with the Seeker. It was kind of similar with me, in terms of, you know, waking up in the middle of the night, like you know, that random burst of motivation that we get at 3 a.m. You know, it was a lot of that. It was a lot of you know, I'm a simple man as well. I go to work. It's so funny that you hit me up today or to do this today because Wednesdays are like my only days off. I work 6 days a week. See what I'm saying? Cross your mind before a fight that is gonna be on the internet forever. Never, to be honest. Um, like maybe once or twice after the fact, I'm like, damn, everybody's gonna see this. But for the most part, it's really just in the moment, man. You just
Yeah.
gotta love it. You're gonna do it. You know, if you love it, you love it. And there's not much you can do about it. You're stuck with it. Um, but yeah, it was really it was really nerve wracking driving up because it's like how Free Smoke always says, you know, it gets real. That's it, excuse my language, but it gets real, you know. It settles in and that feeling of okay, you know, I'm really putting a lot on the line coming out here. Let's go. Baby Broly in the building. Okay. Um yeah, but yeah, it's just a different beast for sure. But I love it, man. Um like I said, I've been watching it since a kid, so it was just getting it out the way. You see, now y'all can't get rid of me. I'm a be there. Now I'm back in there. Now I just recently had a fight that we'll talk about. I'm pretty sure you got some questions about.
There we
But yeah,
go.
to sum it all up, I'm here. I'm here, man. This
Okay.
I'm doing something like this too, so you know it's nerves going on right now as well.
Hmm. And that's natural. You know, we all human, you know what I'm saying? And we all have our process, you know what I'm saying? And it's a process figuring out what is the process and how to
Mhm.
deal with it, right? But
Yeah.
you know, you mentioned you know, wanting to try this out and you know, come out, have some fun. What brings you back? You know, because sometimes you see fighters, they come out, they get the one fight, the one and done.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes their way, sometimes it doesn't go their way, and you never hear from them again. So, you know, what has you come back?
Oh man, it was a combination of things to be honest. Excuse me. It was a combination of things. It was the environment, it was the people, it was the love of the sport. It was you know, how easy it is to really sign up. Like at first I thought it was a little difficult. Um, but y'all make it super easy to be able to sign up, to be able to enjoy the environment. You know, you go to these events and it's not just one type of person, you know, you have a culmination of like everybody, you know, there's like everybody you could think of, like different types of people there. And it's just so cool to just get out there. And the way in my first fight, party time, the way he came in my corner and the way he was giving me advice, you know. And in my second fight, it was even crazier with the way they rallied up and they was giving me water and they was, and mind you, I've only met these people once or twice in my life, you
Mm,
know. So it just makes it super easy when everybody is so welcoming. And then, you know, like I said before, if you love it, you love it, you know. Like I'm addicted now. I just love the feeling of being in there. Um, Stepping into that cage is like it's nerve wracking, but it's a good type of nerve wracking, you know?
yeah,
It's great feeling. So I guess that's just brought me back.
got you, got you. That's dope, man. That's dope. It's always good to see fighters come back, work towards something, you know, and have that fun in the process. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Sometimes we get caught up in the competition and we forget to have fun in the
yeah.
process, myself included. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's really dope. Uh,
It
so let's
was,
get to it, man. Oh, go
uh,
ahead.
but it was also, I was talking to my stepdad about the fight, and we were watching, and another thing that brought me back was rewatching the fight. I know I'm better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, like, no disrespect to either of those guys, but I feel like I was just better, you know, skill wise. Obviously, things didn't necessarily go my way for whatever reason, but I feel like when I land a hit, they feel it.
Mm.
And like when they were landing hits, I'm not gonna sit here and say I didn't get tagged. I didn't get my nose was bleeding after the second fight. Y'all are gonna have to wait on it, but uh, I can take a punch. I can take a punch, and I know I'm better than what was shown, and I couldn't go out like that, and I can't go out like that. So I'm gonna keep coming back, and I'm gonna keep proving that every single time I step in there, I'm gonna be better.
Hey, man, I definitely feel you on that because pretty much after every one of my fights, I had the same exact feeling. Like,
Hmm.
that is not me right there. Like, y'all
That
did not get to see what I do. You know what I mean? So it's motivation. You know what I mean? To an extent, and I definitely can understand that right there. So moving to the second fight, about a week ago or so, we had what was it, West Coast 55 go down, and you fought Echo Bomb, correct?
did, yes, sir.
Yeah, Echo Bomb, big dude, heavy puncher. Let's get into the fight.
Uh, Man, where do we start? Every single one of my fights, you're gonna see me come out and you're gonna see me bang with them. I try to be as technical as possible. I try to be in the moment as possible, seeing things that adrenaline based mind wouldn't see. Um, I went in there just trying to avoid. So my first fight, like I said, was all adrenaline, all instinct. I didn't have much footwork. I didn't have much of anything really, but some good punches. My second fight, I went in. I was trying to avoid that adrenaline dump. In my
Mm.
first notice, I was getting hit, and it was like a mental block, a little bit of being gun shy, and a little bit of being like not wanting to get hit. Like I
Right.
looked a lot of times. Um, my second fight, I was really trying to focus on him. Win, lose or draw, I was trying to make that adjustment. I wanted to not dump my adrenaline. I wanted to not, of course, never want to get knocked out. But I also wanted
Right,
to
right.
work. Uh, I wanted to work on my stance. Staying in a stance, not leaning back so much, not being so straight up. Um, Second fight, man, it was crazy. I feel like I was, of course, no disrespect to him, but I feel like I was fighting more than he was. I feel like he was pretty reserved, maybe trying to tire me out. Maybe he's seen my first fight, who knows? Um, but I felt like I was more of a pressure fighter, um, getting in there. I got tired, not as quick as last time, but that's when like it had settled in that the mouthpiece was just too big for me. And other
Cardio
people,
is key, brother. Cardio is
hey,
key.
you ain't wrong. Um, but yeah, second fight, I wouldn't consider it a win for myself, but I wouldn't necessarily consider it a loss because I feel like I did show improvement. But I didn't
What did they
decide
ended up calling it? I don't remember.
what
What
happened.
did they ended up What did they ended up calling it? I don't remember.
The judges were split.
It was a draw.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I can't be too mad at, you know. It's funny because I had a little chat with you after about the mouthpiece. I definitely spit out my mouthpiece a lot, just from the size, I guess. I feel like,
Well, I mean, it might be too big for you.
mhm.
But ultimately, that is a sign of someone who hasn't been training with their mouthpiece in. You know, it's you got to spend X amount of time with the mouthpiece in, and to where it's a normal, natural thing. You
Mhm.
know, and also too, regardless if it's too big or if it's not fitted right or what have you, that's the fighter's responsibility.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know,
You're absolutely correct. Yes.
but
I will.
I've seen guys.
No,
Go ahead.
I ability. I welcome all criticism. I truly do want to get better. So, I understand these things. I know it is my responsibility, especially after the first time. I definitely should have bought a different one the second time. But I will have a different one the third time. Third time is a charm. But yeah, man. Um, yeah, definitely. Definitely not training with it in like I should be. Um, I could sit here and make excuses all day, but what happened happened. I can only focus on what I'm doing now. You know, um, I like to move forward, not backwards. Um, but yeah, you're absolutely correct. It is my job to take accountability for that and to be better. So all I can do is show you in the next fight. but
That's it, man. Well,
but
what is that's a good segue into actual training. What does training look like for you?
it just depends, man. I do struggle with taking it as serious as I should, obviously. I like I said, I do work 6 days a week, 8+ hours a day. Uh,
Facts.
but there's no excuses. I still get up every single morning, 5:30 in the morning. Um, whether it's to read, whether it's to run. But training, as far as training, I lift weights every now and then. Like, I used to be going every single day to the gym, but it fell off a little bit. I bought a heavy bag ahead of the second fight, so now that's incorporated. But mostly just runs around my area, hitting the heavy bag for a couple hours here and there. Hitting some burpees, some whatever I could fit in. Um, I've been trying to buy some kettlebells, so I could tap in with the tiny tank workouts.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, man, it's a process. I'm not perfect, and I definitely am taking the steps to take it more serious. I do have a lot of loving people, a lot of supportive people in my life, who help me out and who talk some sense into me sometimes, and I'd be too tired or to go do something else. I have the right people to keep me grounded. So it's just a matter of myself getting up and doing the work. But as far as your question, training, just runs, 2 miles, mile and a half every now and then, hitting the heavy bag and just lifting weights.
Good shit. Good shit. Yeah, man. There's a lot of fighters out here, that you can reach out to that can help you in terms of training and getting you ready for fights. Myself included, Tank. But there's a lot of fighters out here. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? And most guys, you hit them up, they're willing to work with you.
Yeah,
Um, but I get it, man. Real life comes first. Priorities, bills, family, all that comes way before.
of course. Yeah,
Uh, the only thing I would suggest is, in terms of training, try to keep it. What's up, brother? Try to keep it combat based, right? You know, as opposed to so fitness based. You
Mhm.
know, I mean, we all need fitness, right? But if we're going into combat, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It would make a little bit more you you'd cover more ground. You know what I mean? Well,
I understand.
you stupid, Ryan. That's an inside joke. but uh but yeah, man, definitely saw you pace yourself better in this second fight with Echo Bomb. And you made a point about, you know, bringing the pressure. And you know, I would agree with that. That you were the aggressor. You know, Echo Bomb had a lot of opportunities, and there were moments where both of you were kind of, you know, kind of stuck in the moment or stagnant. And you know, the person who would initiate and make the move would be you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And you know, definitely a good fight. I want to see both of you guys, you know, come back and get better because you know, I was telling him after that fight, you know, that he's got a lot of potential as well. Um, you know, it's just certain areas we have to work on, you know what I mean? Um, what did you what did you feel that was what did you feel in this second fight was so different from the first fight?
Mm, excuse me.
No.
Um, the difference I would say is the second time I didn't have as many nerves. Um, I'm a nerd, man. I sit here and I study all day. I take notes. I have notebooks full of stuff. I've seen everybody's fights. I've seen Echo Bong's fights. I've seen your fights. I've seen, um, I've, I've I've watched Colossus. Everybody, you know. I just feel like um, the second fight was a lot more in my control.
Mm,
Um, not only the fight, but myself. I had more control over the shots I was throwing. I had more control over the and which I struggle with. You know, I set a pace that I can't necessarily keep up with yet. Um, but the goal is to set that pace and keep that pace the entire time. Um, I definitely I've got the early access. You know, I seen a lot of moments where like you were saying, just stuck in the moment. Um, moments where I should have been throwing, but I was waiting to see if he would throw, and
yeah.
then that's not okay. Can't hesitate for not even a second in there, you know. Um, but it was also just head hunting as well. I need to stop doing that. I threw a couple more body shots in that one, but there was a couple of moments where because my manager at work, he's a boxing coach, so I sit down with him and I but he mostly coaches kids, but he'll sit down there with me and he'll talk to me about it. And it was a lot of moments, man, a lot of moments where I was pressured up against him and his body was wide open. And it's kind of like, what are you doing, buddy? I remember one time in the fight, I was punching his gloves. Um, and in my mind, I'm not thinking about the body. I'm thinking of, you know, trying not to throw up. So I kind of just backed off, you know.
Hmm.
Uh, but little things like that I take notes of. Um, next fight, there won't be any throwing up. Give you guys my word. I give you guys my word. There will not
Yes.
be up. I promise. I'll yeah, I can't wait to show you guys. Every time I step out there, it's gonna be better. Um, but yeah, definitely gonna work on that. Just like I said, I think one of the most important things is staying present during a fight, not
Yes.
letting not letting certain things make you react. You know, that's a big thing for reaction versus responses. Um, definitely not, but we want to keep it to a minimum. Um, but yeah, I'm sorry to everybody who had to see me throw up. That's not a way. that you want people to see you, especially in a fight. But I think I think the second fight, it was a great fight. I think, like I said, no disrespect to him or anything, but I think anybody who looks like that after a fight didn't win the fight. You know, not to say fight, but like you said, I was out there and I initiated pretty much practically every single exchange. You know, um, wow, that's terrible. I couldn't imagine that. But
We've seen, yeah, we've seen things.
oh wow,
We've seen things.
whoa, nothing.
Yeah.
Wow,
Street
um,
Beefs West Coast, the best coast.
and gotta love it. I yeah, West Coast,
Uh,
man. Like, eventually, I want to be able to fight anybody. I want to represent the West Coast. You know, I'm a natural heavyweight. I'm 6 feet tall. Um, I feel like my stature is pretty evenly distributed. Nothing is skinny. Nothing is too big, except for my arms. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I punch hard. I could take a hit. At times, my defense looks insane, but at other times, I have my hands down just out of being tired. Um, Ryan being Ryan, I see, I see. Um, but other times, my hands are down. You know, it's just a matter of consistency, a matter of actually putting the work in.
yeah. And to be clear, you are in the heavyweight division, or are you in
I
the?
weigh pounds, so
Say it again.
I weigh 240 pounds. So I
240. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. For sure, you're in the heavyweight. Okay.
consider that a heavy.
So with that, that's a good segue question. Anybody in the heavyweight division catch your eye? Anybody you see yourself in the future working towards?
Everybody. I want
Everybody.
to, you know. Like I said, I'm a nerd. I sit here and I watch fights. Um, Baby Broly, probably one of my favorite people to watch because he's always out there. Um,
Broke a man's rib recently.
he might
Them
be a
body
little
shots.
now. Yeah, 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 for sure.
Them
I'm
body shots.
light now. I remember he used to be a little bit on the heavier side, but
Yeah.
uh, I watch all these fights, man. Hollow Oni. I want it
Mm,
with anywhere. All respect, of course. You know, I believe that iron sharpens iron. Just because we're fighting doesn't mean we don't like each other. Um, it's for sport, man. And I love to fight for an organization as your guys' self who supports, the message that you guys bring. Let's leave the guns to the people who know what to do with them. And let's put our hands back up. Let's let's get out
yeah.
there, man. More masculine than getting out there and handling your business, win, loss, or win, lose, or draw.
Mm-hmm. Facts, man. Things would be so much better, man, if the masses took on that same mentality of you know
Mm-hmm.
in
But yeah,
time, in time,
yeah. We slow progress is better than no progress. The events that you guys throw and the turnouts are amazing. More and more people every single time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And they're always great events,
Oh,
from the big events to the small events. They're always great. So
yeah, especially
it's a community effort, it's a group effort, and yeah, man, I'm glad you found us. You're a part of it, and
love.
I wanted to ask you, like, who are some of your favorite fighters? Influences, uh, street beast, professional, whoever.
Street beefs. My favorite fighters, man. I like God's Chosen. He's a great guy. Um, I don't think I've really had the chance to talk to him too much, but I watched his interview on here, like some clips of it, and
Hmm.
the way he fights, his demeanor, I love it.
Yeah.
Um, Humble Beast, man. Can't forget about that guy. Just a ball of energy, dude. Always so loving. He was so quick after my first fight to come check on me. After y'all had stopped it, he was so quick to come in and Um, let me think. Professional fighters, um, like new school, Terrence Crawford, of course. That guy's a genius, man. As much backlash as he gets, I think Ryan Garcia is a lot better than people would think. Um, I think he's really talented. I like watching him fight. Benavidez brothers, those guys are tough, man. But my main inspiration, who I watch the most, I could sit there and watch their fights all day, is Usyk, Alexander Usyk.
Okay.
That guy's beast. Similar to my height and weight, except he fights southpaw. I'm naturally an orthodox, but
Okay.
I think his style is crazy. Um, I think he's probably one of the best heavyweights like ever to me. Um, I don't see too many people throughout history that could beat him, obviously, other than like the greats. But even to get into the greats, just the typical Roberto Duran, James Toney, Roy Jones Jr., all these people, I sit here and watch. Um, Grown up, UFC, Conor McGregor. I've been a stan of that guy since the beginning of time. Even though he makes it hard sometimes, you gotta love him, man. Um, shit. Yeah, Conor McGregor. Um, I'm drawing a blank, but there's a lot. There's
Man,
a
that
lot.
was a great list, man. Great
Yeah,
list,
man.
great collection.
I'm a true nerd. And for those of you that don't know, just to get into the nerdy side, my name on here is Miguel. That's my real name, but my fight name is Tanooki. Um, that just comes from that's a family nickname given to me. Growing up, I'm a very family oriented person. Growing up, I come from a part of the problem is the UFC does not promote their stars anymore. I don't know if I should get into that, but um yeah, very competitive family. Video games, and we used to always play Mario Kart. And you hear Tanooki. That's me, man. So yeah, you can like it or not like it, but it's only two people with that name in the world, and that's me and Mario.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
So, me being the movie buff that I am, I gotta ask. That means you're going to see the what's that? Super Mario Galaxy?
Got to, man. My little brother, my family, I got to go see it. The only thing is, we don't really go to the movies as much because there's some TVs that you can buy nowadays that'll look better than that screen.
Oh, for
You
sure. Oh, for
can
sure.
bring the theater home, so I'm just waiting for it to come,
Absolutely.
and I'm
Some
snack.
some some folks know how to do that for free.
There you go. Hey.
Uh, I said the movies. I didn't say the theater.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, definitely got to see that, man. Um, but yeah, I'm just a simple guy, man. I just love to fight, just work and fight, and come home and train, and I read books. Not too many, but I like to learn. Whether it be just reading the Bible or just reading Greek mythology or right now I'm like 4 chapters into the Malcolm X autobiography. Um,
Okay.
just eager to learn about anything really. Um,
What's another book that for the people out there that you could suggest?
book to suggest. Genres matter. Like genres matter a lot, but if you've never read the autobiography of Malcolm X, it's definitely an interesting perspective. Definitely an interesting perspective. That's what life is about. I read this other book, I forget the author, but it's called The Cost of Discipleship. Just things like this. I don't know. A lot of people like different genres. The Alchemist is a great book. I'd look into it. But yeah, even just I like Ninja Turtles. So they used to buy me like comics.
That was a great segue.
Yeah. Deadpool. I'm a big nerd, dude.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm as soon as Dragon Ball gets brought up, it's a wrap. It
You
don't
see,
matter, it
I
don't
haven't.
matter what's going on, man. Like Dragon Ball or Godzilla, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
It's a wrap.
yeah, for sure. I feel you. Dragon Ball. I've seen bits and pieces because my stepfather watches it. I remember watching the Cells and Gohan fight, and I was like, dude, this is crazy.
Oh
But
yeah.
I remember being little and Naruto used to come on the cable, so you know
Okay.
it's just little things that build your character. It's so interesting, you know.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So sometimes we get into the fantastical on the show, and we ask crazy questions like, if you had a super move, you had a super special move, what would that special move be?
Yeesh. A special move in terms of fighting.
Sure, West Coast.
What's going
In
on?
terms, yeah, in terms of fighting.
Um, I'll say some super wacky shit. I watched this one. I believe it was Uriah Hall. He was talking about, I forget the guy's name he was sparring with, but I had oh no, Michael Venom Page, I think it was. He was sparring with somebody and he had did a blocks like this because the guy had did like a front flip axe kick or some shit like that. That'll be my super move. If I can land that every time, I'll throw it every time.
The kick or the block?
The kick.
Okay, okay. The front flip axe kick. Yeah, that's kind of yeah, that
Hey, if I
yeah,
could do it every time, I promise you. I
yeah.
love stuff like that.
Sheesh.
Or
Yeah.
a Pettis off the cage.
I
Something
mean,
like
see that's more likely to happen, but
yeah.
someone doing the front flip axe kick, like you might have to just go ahead and give them the wallet, give them the
Hey,
car keys, you know what I mean? Squash whatever beef it is. Yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty much over. And don't let the whoa if you have like a little
Yeah, I'm
if you
telling
do
you.
one of them in the background, nah, bro.
The little stretch, little warm up, and
Yeah, yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
just give it up.
I just watched The Way of the Dragon
Uh-huh.
last week. Shout out
Oh,
to Bruce and Chuck.
yeah.
Shout
Yeah,
out his pass.
gotta watch that. I've seen a couple I'm a big Ip Man fan. So like
Okay.
I've dabbled a little bit, but I gotta really get into those flicks. Thank you, brother. I got it at Universal Studios. It's just a Halloween shirt. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, man. Fire shit. I mean, I love the Ip Man movies too.
Yeah.
That's dealing with Bruce's teacher.
Yeah.
Um,
I especially love the one with Mike Tyson in it. I could rewatch that scene a million times.
yeah, I think that was part three. I think.
I think so,
Yeah, that shit was fire. That shit was fire.
for sure.
Fuck,
Hey,
man.
uh, I don't know how y'all had it, but I think Mike Tyson was really about to get on him. I think it was
You know, I think, I mean, in reality, I think they're acting and Mike Tyson's out of breath.
yeah, of
Mike
course.
Tyson's like, come on, man. Come on, man. We got to do this again, man.
Yeah.
You didn't get the shot the first time. You know, like, I think that's what's going on.
Yeah. I expect it.
Someone get me out this suit.
Yeah,
uh, but shit, man. I mean, hell of a fight scene. Hell of a fight scene.
for sure.
Fucking, yeah, they got some good classic martial art movies and fights out there. You speak could have been Roger Rabbit. Yeah, we working on it. We working on it. I only get to work on it on Thursdays, so it's not that good.
Hey
But
man, slow progress better than no progress.
but yeah, man. When do you think we might see you back in the ring, man?
Hey man, I'm signed up. I'm coming this month.
Oh, okay, okay.
Sure.
All right. Staying active. I like it.
As soon as this goes away, I'm back on a heavy bag. I'm getting the kettlebells. I'm hitting the burpees up, getting on my little program. And like I said, every time it's gonna be better. So y'all are just in for a show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, shit, man, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Thank
It seems like we got a few weeks now, but before you know it, we'll be at the event. You know.
oh. Um, before my fights, I always do this. I don't know why. I'm sorry to Tiny Tank because he was trying to talk and I was and you could kind of see it in his face. But yeah, that was just something that I thought of. It was just the nerves.
Okay. I was just
Um,
about to add too.
how old I was.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. You hear me at the end of my second fight saying that Echo Bong is a tough kid.
Mm.
22. I'm 2 years older than him. Um, I'm 22. I turned 23 in August, so I'm a young guy.
Hey, that's a great age to be. You know what I mean? A lot of time to learn and grow. You haven't even hit your prime. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah. The goal is to be ready for the
Say it again.
goal is to be ready for my prime.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir. And like, what's the ideal, end goal far as fighting goes? Like, are we trying to do this just within street beefs? Are we trying to go amateur, pro?
uh,
Uh,
I don't know. I think I think there is something there. Um I think you could see it. Um it's funny. Like I said, I take notes of everything. No disrespect to him, but in Echo Bong's corner, he made a comment that he doesn't have the cardio to be in there, does not want to be in there. But he was only half right. Cardio was low, but I want to be in there. Um, or else I wouldn't step in. I understand what he was trying to do for his fighter, but I love it, and no matter how tired I am, no matter how um, another wacky thing when I was little, I used to play basketball, and it's just to show like little things that'll develop your character. They used to tell me in basketball, if you're not running till you throw up, then you're not pushing yourself.
mm,
Even if I'm throwing up, had you guys not stopped the fight, I would have kept going. Um,
mm,
the goal, I don't know, man. I really do love it. So if I could see like find opportunities, I would be more than open to take them. As long as I can keep getting the days off work, I'm gonna keep coming. So if any opportunities want to present themselves, I'm open. I would love like somebody had said on your podcast before. This is our escape from reality.
mm,
Um, this is our way of expressing ourselves. You have rappers, you have writers, you have filmers. Um, this is our way to express ourselves. To answer your question, I would not do power slap. No, I'm sorry. There's not enough money and too much risk. I yeah, definitely not with Somké, man. I don't want no smoke with Somké. But I enjoy watching it, though. That's the crazy thing. I love to watch it, but I probably would never do it. But
it's like
yeah,
your favorite soda. You
exactly.
drink that? Yeah, I do.
I would, but yeah. Um, but yeah. I mean, maybe I'll try to take it a notch further. Not maybe. I know I'm gonna try to take it a notch further.
Mm,
Turn. Let me get some fights under my belts, man, and you'll see the people I'll be calling out. Um, I keep saying, no disrespect, but I would love to get in there with every single person that wants to. That's just the type of guy I am. I'm showing up to do the work that nobody else wants to do. That's just been my personality since forever. Um, and I'm ready. Whoever I get this next time, I'm praying for you, and I and I hope that we have a great fight, man. I love the messages being spread, but I just like I'm naturally better than all these guys. With work put in, obviously, that I could beat anybody in there. From what everybody's scared of Colossus, to fight, because he's a very nice guy. But when he steps in there, I still see the nice guy, I see people for who they are, and I recognize that this is your escape from reality, but it's also mine. And every fight is fair. Um, Everybody's got a puncher's chance, and that guy's a beast. I know he trains. I know his gas tank is way better than mine. I'm not delusional, guys. But with correct training and within due time, I could fight any of these guys, I believe. And that's the attitude you have to have. Um, with that being said, yeah, maybe I'll try to pursue an amateur career, see where it takes me. I enjoy being a heavyweight. I'm naturally a big guy, always been a big guy. So you're just gonna have to meet me there. And if you're heavier, it's game plans. I'm not scared of a little bit of weight. I was 223 in high school, wrestling people 285, 295. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it's nothing new to me.
And also, that also makes me want to ask, can we ever see you jumping into MMA? Like, is that
Oh,
something? Okay.
for
Yeah.
sure. Give me like a couple boxing fights, and I'll sign up for an MMA. So last time I did boxing and MMA, I signed up for. These
Mm.
past times it's just been straight boxing. Give me like one or two more boxing fights, and I'll strictly sign up for MMA.
Yeah, I'm interested to see your wrestling game.
Yeah, of course. That's really, excuse me. That's where my love. That's where I really like realized, okay, this is something, because growing up I was in and out of it. Like we were moving around a lot. So I was boxing here, I was doing judo over there. I was you
Okay,
know
judo.
yeah, I did a little bit of judo growing up, some classes. My uncle does jujitsu, so anytime I could, I'm rolling with him. Um, and then I got into wrestling for myself. Originally, I was on the football team because I thought that that's what I wanted to do, but
Mm.
wrestling got to me, pulled me in, and ever since then, you know. And Montclair Wrestling, man, I shouted them out after my second fight. They built an amazing environment for us. The coaches, my old coach Matt, he knows how much I love him. He's a great guy. He I told him after my first fight, man, if I would have just did what you told me to do, I wouldn't have been in that situation. But yeah, I love to wrestle. Um, even some of the greatest boxers, like I mentioned, Terrence Crawford, he knows how to wrestle. He's a
Yeah.
boxer that wrestles. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling is the core foundation, I believe, to any fighting style. Um, I believe that wrestling teaches you discipline like any other sport, but a little more in wrestling. I feel like it's tough, having to carry that body weight all the time. Somebody always leaning on you, trying to pick you up, trying to slam you on your head. Um, yeah, I would be excited to show y'all how I wrestle, and to be able to put on for who held me down in high school.
Yeah, that'd be dope, man.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like we need more MMA guys. Everybody signing up. Predominantly are boxers. We need more kickboxers. We need more Muay Thai fighters. We need more MMA fighters. So uh, yeah, hopefully that time comes and we get you a nice matchup. And I'm definitely looking forward to your match this month. And yeah,
Man,
man.
I'm making a special request. I only want Somké ref in my matches. I had a little chat with Somké, man. he is the most, and I'll say it to everybody, the most like the chillest, the most unintentionally funny dude I've ever seen. Met like whatever you're doing, just doing it. Like, you know what you remind me of? Like so passionate about it. Um, have you seen those videos where the dude he be reffing and his eyes be popping out?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And them
I
the
seen
little
that dude.
uh,
He got them big bubble
yeah,
fish eyes. Yeah.
that's how I picture you like watching the match. You're always in the right spot. It's just it makes the fight
I'm a
that much.
fan too, bro. I'm a fan too, and you know, at the same time, like I'm the ref, but I'm also like I'm the best camera angle.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I'm the camera, so you know I'm definitely, you know, when there's a really good fight, man, I want to see everything. Not only just because I'm the ref, but also like the fan of me wants to
yeah,
see everything. You know, so like sometimes I do break ref character, and I'm like, ooh, damn, yeah, like okay, you know what I mean? Like sometimes, you know, and it's rare, but you know, you see that with fights like with Broke Mark, fighters like Broke Mark or like
yeah.
Coyote, where like you just see something that's so crazy, you know, and you're like, you got to
Man,
react some way, you know, Takamura, you know, guys like that, you know.
yeah. You know what's crazy? I watched Street Beefs for a while, but for some reason I had a how do you guys say his name?
Coyote.
Coyote, because I'm used to saying Coyote, but
I
uh,
mean, that's English, yeah.
yeah, his fights never had popped up for me. So when I pulled up, I'm standing there, I'm watching him like about get ready to fight, and I'm like, I ain't never seen this dude before. So like, let me sit down and watch it. And then he knocked Buddy out, and I'm like, oh. And then I find out he's from Riverside, which is not too far from where I grew up. You know,
Mm.
man, SoCal, we just built different. Crazy.
But yeah, he's double champ, so he's, you know, when you say you haven't seen none of his fights or the algorithm ain't pop up, that's crazy because he's got tons of fights.
Now I see his
Got two
fight.
belts.
Yeah, belts, man. That guy's talented.
Yeah,
It didn't
man.
even look like a fight.
And
If I'm
hold on. Matter of
good,
fact, one of our most viral videos is one of his fights. One of our most viral videos is his knockout of Jimmy Fit. Shout out to Jimmy Fit. I ref that fight too. Definitely check that fight out because
that's crazy.
that was a spicy fight. You know what I mean? Because it was a title fight that came about through trash talk. It wasn't supposed to never be no title fight, but enough trash talk came about. Title fight ensued.
Talk. I want to get into this. 619. That guy is hilarious. Um,
619 is a character. He's a
wow.
character.
I,
He's held the heavyweight belt twice. He's the current belt holder, and
mhm,
he's held it some years prior as well.
mhm. Shit. He a heavyweight. I'll get in there with him, but he's a character for sure. Yeah, I'm sitting there watching his fights. I'm reading his texts, and I'm like, wow.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
he 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 can fight. He can fight, dude.
he can
Um,
fight. Rest
stop.
assured, he's coming with he's coming with eight gas tanks to fight
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
5 round fight. He's coming with 8 gas tanks.
yeah.
No,
Because that's what I look for. I love that. Because like I said, I'm always gonna bring the pressure. So if I could get somebody to bring the pressure, to me, I would love that. Learning lesson, win, lose, or draw. But I bring
facts.
because I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
Playing these characters, I think it's hilarious. Um, he call himself the Big Chorizo.
Big chorizo.
Guys,
Yeah,
um,
man.
I
That's
was sitting
that's the
there.
thing about West Coast, man. We definitely we have some great fighters.
Mm,
We have some great characters, but we have characters who can also fight. They're
yeah,
not just characters. You know what
yeah,
I mean? So
King.
You know, everyone has a story, and
Yeah.
then you know, some of these guys are characters as well. You know, but
But
shoot,
I could.
man, I can't keep you here all night, brother.
Oh yeah,
We're
for sure.
gonna we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, bro. But if you could let the people know where they can find you on the social medias, if you have anything for the people, let them know.
I got Instagram at underscore Tanooki with 3 eyes. I'm on Facebook, just my name, Miguel Guzman Yosua, Iosua. Um, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm on Twitter, on X, but I don't really use it. RN, pretty simple.
Okay, okay. Well, y'all heard it here first. You guys go check out this man's fights, and be on the lookout for his fresh fight that's coming out against Echo Bomb. That's going to be Tanooki versus Echo Bomb. That's going to drop soon. Tanooki, I appreciate you and your
Or
time, brother. It's been a great show. You have you a good night, man.
you as well, brother. Thank you.
All right, y'all. It sucks, but we got to wrap it up, man. Great show as always. Shout out to my guest, Tanooki, killing it out here, making a name for himself. Shout out to Jay, my producer in the background, always helping me kill it every week. We appreciate you. Shout out to Overtime Hustling Magazine. Shout out to Heart in the Fight. Shout out to everyone watching us live on replay. Everyone in the comments, I appreciate y'all. We do this for y'all. Shout out to the West Coast. Shout out to the Dirty South. And shout out to the OG Yard. We do this for y'all. Appreciate y'all. Once again, you guys can catch me same time, same place next week. And in Jay's famous words, one world, one love, deuces.